A lot of positives, a lot of big plays, but then, just not the consistent execution that it's going to take for us to play to our standard and be where we want to be. The good news is we're about a week into camp, so there's a lot we'll learn from with this video, and I really like the guys' attitudes and mindsets. They've been willing to work. You just have to kind of go through what we went through today and have some film to study and learn from to get better.
What was the most impressive play thing you saw today?
There were a couple. I would say the deep shot, one play touchdown, I think on our second drive from Trevor to T. That was a kind of a timing shot play. The ball has to be just at the right spot, exactly the time the wide out is, something we've really been working on. So that was executed very well. The offensive line did a really good job giving him protection because it took a little bit longer. So that definitely stood out and really kind of got it going there for drives 2, 3, and 4 to lead to some touchdowns. And then after that, it was just a little bit hit and miss, not consistent enough for where we want to be.
What about your offensive line play during the scrimmage? What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I'm watching the wideouts and quarterbacks, so we'll go back as a staff and really watch it. I thought there was times we did a good job in protection, good job of blocking, but overall, too many sacks and TFLs. We play a lot of guys. I mean, there's 15, 16 offensive linemen up there, and Coach Swinney does a good job of really mixing the groups offensively and defensively. So it's really hard without watching the video to know exactly where those sacks and TFLs came from. Also, they include the running backs, tight ends, wideouts. There's a lot of things that go into it, but overall, not consistent enough for where we want to be.
Speaking of tight ends, what about Jaelyn Lay? Where do you see him right now? Where he's at?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jaelyn has been much improved from the spring. That was something I was interested to see, how hard he worked this summer. But really, I think for the first 5 or 6 days, he showed a lot of improvement catching the ball, which is something that we've really challenged him. He's been banged up a little bit, haven't been able to practice the last few days, but I would say he's off to a good start and really improved from where he was when he left this spring.
Are you shuffling at the wide receiver position in the first week or so? So you guys maybe playing better than you thought, or maybe shuffling guys?
We've been moving guys around a little bit. I think DeAndre has had, he's been as good as any wideout in the first 8 practices. He is really confident. He's playing fast. He's done a really good job in the slot and did a good job today on a few important things. Cornell Powell's a guy who made a couple big plays today. He's a guy that's really stood up. T and Ross have continued to work, get better. Joseph Ngata is a guy, he had a good day today. He's continuing to get better. Ngata's a guy that we've kind of moved around from the boundary position and the field position. He's done a pretty good job of picking that up. Frank has done a good job. He was banged up, wasn't able to go today. He's made some plays as well. So I've been pleased overall with the group. And today made some big plays. Had 1 or 2 drops that really would have made it a great day for our group.
What do you see from the running backs? Basically,
Yeah, Travis has been doing really good. Strong runner. I mean, he's looks better than he's looked since he's been here. The guy that probably didn't get a lot of attention, but it's going to be a major factor for us this year is Darian Richard. He knows what to do. He's a hard worker, very consistent guy. Much like Hunter Renfro coming in as a walk-on that really didn't have a lot of people's attention, then became a factor. I think with our depth and where Darian has put himself, he's going to be a guy that we're going to count on this year, and we're not going to have to slow down what we're doing when he goes in there. But the freshman backs have had flashes, Dukes and Ches. I've had flashes. They're kind of going through that fall camp deal right now, getting a little bit tough. Lynn Jay's done a really good job. It's just the consistency of getting his assignments down, but he's been explosive. So really like that group, and I think we're going to be in good position at running back.
Coach, sorry if you've been asked this, but Jaelyn Lay's been having a lot thrown at him at tight end as a freshman. This is his first scrimmage. How did you handle it just mentally?
Yeah, I just said earlier that he's had a really good fall camp. He was much improved from where he left spring ball, and so that tells us that he really spent some time working in the summer and learning his assignments. Worked on catching the ball. He's caught the ball a lot better. He's been out here been out last couple practices, but got off to a really good start, and is a guy that needs to continue to progress so he can help us this year.
Obviously, there's been a lot of turnover on the defensive side. The advantage for it is still bringing the same challenge that they always have.
Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter who leaves and who comes in. You know, Coach V does a great job. Those guys have all bought in. You know, it's not a situation where the offense is older and more experienced and just goes out and dominates every day. I mean, it's a battle. Every single play is a battle. And if you're not prepared and ready, then they'll make you look bad. And there was a few of those times today where they got some really good pressures on us. But you know, I think that's one of the things that helps us as a team is, our offensive staff and our offense has to go against Coach V, a lot throughout the year. Whoever we play, they get to go against him once a year. So we really have a tough job in practice, but it makes us better, and I think that's carried over into the games, and hopefully our offense and what we do has made them better in preparation. But there's no doubt every day is a challenge, and I mean, you can't really notice the drop-off out here. It's a back and forth, just like it's been for the last 3 or 4 years.
For the offense, you brought a lot of guys back. You feel a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's early to say. I think in practice, the throwing and catching has been really good. I think our timing has been probably better than it's been that I can remember. I think you still have to put it all together with all the pieces up front. There's times where we look like we're further ahead, but then a couple plays later we kind of take a step back. So it's just the consistency piece that really is the biggest missing piece right now.
Is Allen back yet?
He's not. We're hoping to get him back sometime soon. I don't know exactly when that'll be.
I saw TE Jaelyn Lay. He participated in it.
Yeah, he played the whole scrimmage and was unlimited. Going through fall camp, sometimes these guys get banged up. I think about T going against AJ every day, and then Justyn Ross going against DK and those guys. And those are some major league matchups every day when they're going one-on-one. So sometimes somebody step on their foot or just kind of tweak their ankle, where you need to be careful for a couple of days. But all the wideouts were T was full speed today.
We've heard a lot about what Cervenka did in the weight room this summer. I guess, how do you put his strength and just like how freakishly strong he is into context? Have you seen someone like that?
No, I haven't. His numbers are just off the chart. We had a lot of strong guys come through the program, but I think he's probably one of the strongest guys that I can remember based off of those numbers. And I think what he's done a good job is really translating the strength from the weight room to the football field. I think early on, coming over, playing the offensive line position, coming from defensive line, there's a lot of things that you got to process. You got to understand where you need to be able to use that strength. But I think the experience he's had now, the time he's able to really translate that over to the football field, and has done really well for us so far this fall camp.
How much do you value the background that he, John Simpson, I guess Sean Pollard a little bit have from their wrestling days?
Yeah, that's always a positive. That's something that we look for in recruiting, and it definitely adds to their resume because they understand leverage, understand how to play low, and how to move people. So there's no doubt that we like to get those wrestlers. I think Cervenka was a 4-time state champ, and John, I think, won 1 time as a state champ. So that's definitely something that helps those guys. Whenever they get here, and something Coach Caldwell really likes.
I know it happened mostly in the spring, but how hard was that tug of war putting DK on the defense? I'm sure you probably wanted him on your side of the football, but he ends up obviously on D now.
Well, I recruited DK, so I had a little bit more intelligence than everybody else on our staff because I got to go watch him play and watch him practice for about 3 years. So I knew in the back of my mind that he could be an outstanding corner. But he wanted to play wide out early on. We wanted him to play wide out, and whenever it got to a situation where he could become the starter, I was one of the first people to bring it up and fully support it because I think he can have a bigger impact as a starting corner than he can as a slot receiver. With as many wideouts as we play, and one of our deepest positions, at the end of the day, it's really about our team's success. We've been really good here as a team and as a defense because the guys we've had on those edges at corner. And, I think it's a natural position for him. He's one of the few guys, he could have stayed with me and been an outstanding receiver. but I think he has a very, very high ceiling and will really help this team at corner, and obviously fully supported.
A year ago, I asked you how many people could possibly catch the ball in meaningful snaps for your team, and you said about 8 or 9. That came out to be true. What is that number this year, and how do you go about utilizing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at the same number, right? In that, I'd add Will Sweeney getting in that mix. I mean, he's very improved and really knows how to use his skill set. He's had some really good battles in one-on-ones for some of our starters and won a lot of those. But, I mean, I think all of the scholarship guys, I really like the experience that we have. We have a lot of older guys that have played. And then we got a really good, that young group of Spector and Ladson and Ngata. I mean, those are very, very talented players that are going to play here and have a big impact here over the next few years. So, I think we got a really good, deep group. It's just kind of how we use them and the fact that all of them got to be ready to go out and execute the game plan. Because you never know, a guy may step down, have an injury, and the next guy's got to be able to go out there and win the game.
Is Ngata further than Ross was this time last year?
Ngata's doing excellent for him. I mean, it's very hard to say. I like to give Ross a hard time when one of those freshmen, have a missed assignment. Maybe they're running the wrong route or something like that. I like to reinforce with them that, hey, you got to know what to do like 100% of the time to play. So anytime Ladson or Ngata, which is not a whole lot, but anytime they make a mistake on an assignment, I'll look over there at Justyn and say, how many plays did you play against Texas A&M? He says 1. I say, okay. So you see how he ended up being our leading receiver for the whole season. But in order to go out there and be an every down player, you got to know exactly what we're doing. You got to be counting on one missed assignment can be a pick 6 going the other way, and it's hard to recover when you play good teams. With that being said, Ngata, Ladson, and Spector, I think have done a great job of really learning the offense, picking it up, and I think the fact that they were here in the spring really helped them as well.
How is T doing from a health standpoint?
Good. He got banged up the other day. Somebody stepped on his foot and just kind of took it easy a little bit with him in some of the live reps. He was full speed today, and had a great play on a long touchdown on the first drive. So he's looked really good. I think he's primed to have his best year.
Chase Brice is kind of an old man now in the quarterback room a little bit. How's he handling his role this year?
Chase is doing awesome. I mean, Chase is very unselfish, really bought into the concept of just being the best player that he can be. I mean, I think he's one of the more talented quarterbacks in the ACC. He just happens to play on the same team with Trevor, and but he hasn't let that slow him down one bit. He's had an outstanding fall camp, can make all the throws, and really maybe the separation last year between Trevor and Chase might have been a little bit bigger gap. I think Chase has really come up there a lot closer to where Trevor is, and you don't see a very big drop off at all with either of those guys in there.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Appreciate it.